Hi, this is Jonathan Weiner with Maryland China Company, and today I'm going to talk to you about our custom manufacturing process. So let's say you're a designer and you have a new product that you'd like to have made, and you're wondering where you can do that. You need a factory that can produce something for you. Maryland China provides that service, and I'm here today to explain how that works. So I thought the best way to do that would be give you an example of a successful customer that we worked with. And today I'm going to use something from the gravyseason.com website. They have the Puking Kitty Gravy Boat. This item is pretty hysterical. You fill your gravy in here and it pours out the cat's mouth. So it makes a great houseware, kitchen gift. This company's been very successful with it, and if you like it, I'll put a link to in the description below to the website where you can buy it. But again, it's gravyseason.com. And I thought if we walk through this process, it would give you some insight into how this all worked, how they went about I guess making some of the decisions and choices they did that led to their success, and some things you can think about when you're coming up with your product. So the first thing would be you have this idea. So how are you going to go about getting your item made? Maybe you've been making your items by hand or decorating by hand before, but you've hit the point where you need to find a good factory that can make your items for you. So you would contact us, and to get started, we just really need to see a drawing with some dimensions, or maybe we can take a physical sample, but if you have drawings, that's enough, or a picture of the item you're looking to make if you've already made one. But what we're going to do is you just tell us the size, the dimensions of the item, the color. We need to know the material. Is it going to be stoneware, porcelain, ceramic? What kind of glaze or finish do you want for it? And that's enough for us to get a price from our factories. We work with factories in China, Thailand, and the Czech Republic and Poland. So those are typically the four countries that we deal with most. And one of the big benefits of working with us is when we make your item, you don't have to order 40,000 pieces or enough to fill a whole container. We're going to consolidate your items with the items that we have coming in weekly from these countries, and you're going to get the benefit of that container shipping price without having to order a whole container of items. So it's really an economical way to get going when you're starting to launch a new product. So what we're going to do is we're going to send the pictures over to our factory, get the pricing all worked out, and then we're going to get back to you usually in about a week or two with the price for this project. At that point, you also want to start thinking about, how do I want this packaged? Do I want full color box? Is bulk packing just in regular cardboard boxes enough? Do I then want to have my item packaged in a shippable box? This is something we are pushing our customers to do more and more, is think about, okay, the sales channel that I'm going to go down selling this, I'm going to be doing this on my Shopify site and through Amazon. So these items should be packed, ready to ship. We can bring the items in already barcode labeled for Amazon's FBA program if we're going to be doing that. If you're designing larger items and maybe FBA isn't the right fit, we can do fulfillment for you. We would just charge like a pallet storage fee for how many items we're storing, and then just integrate with your Shopify site or whatever website you're running and just ship directly from here. It writes back the tracking to you. So we can integrate with a lot of different platforms, and fulfillment is something that we do as well. So that's another service you should think about. But then we will, let's say you want to do a full color box. We're going to provide the blue die lines, basically the size panels that you're going to design your color box to. You're going to provide that artwork, and you can be doing that while the factory's in production. Typically, financially, how this works is we'll quote you a price and give you what the minimum is with the factory. We typically charge a development fee that usually it's in the range of like $600 to $1,500, depending on the complexity of the item. And that's really to cover the mold making costs initially, and to airship your item back and forth, whether it's from Europe or Asia, so that we can keep the sampling process moving quickly. Because what we're going to do is, after you approve the price, that's when you would do the development fee, and then we'd start to work on getting the sample made quickly. Best case, it usually is about 3 weeks to have the sample done. It can take a little bit longer depending on the complexity, and if, you know, in the communications back and forth, you're like, oh, I need to make these changes, or the factory didn't quite get the look I wanted right with this design element, then we're making those changes, and that fee that you paid covers a few iterations of the product until you're happy with it. So then you approve the process and the product. We would take a 50% deposit on your order, and then the factory would begin production. Figure it's about 60 days for production, another 60 days to ship by ocean container. So you're looking at about 3 months on the inside, 4 months on the outside once the factory goes into production is typically a good guideline, provided we don't run into any hiccups along the way. But that's pretty much what you're going to be dealing with there. So that's pretty much the overview of how it works. We can do anything from custom dinnerware, if you want to do plates or kitchen items. We can do mugs, cookie jars. It's really sky's the limit. We work in glass, crystal, porcelain, ceramic. The benefit and what we really bring to the table is we work with, in any given year, probably about 50 different factories. So the factory that can make a great ceramic slip cast item like this is not the same factory that we're going to take a dinnerware project to, which is not the same factory we're going to take a glassware project to, not the same factory we're going to take teacups and fancy tea items. So, you know, really we can kind of guide our customers in the right direction. You know, customers that have tried to do this themselves, going on Alibaba or something to search for items, typically, you know, come to us and say, hey, I got burned. You know, I was trying to work with this factory. They sent me a sample. Then I opened a container and I had 40,000 goods that were not what I wanted. And now I'm starting from scratch. So we become your ceramics buying office for your startup business, and we work with a lot of larger customers where we do this because we have such a specialty in the ceramics world and in the porcelain world. So those are some things to think about. If you have questions, visit us at marylandchina.com or email us at info@marylandchina.com. Again, you can send the details of your project along right there. That's all we need to get started. Let us know a good way to contact you. And again, this is at gravyseason.com if you'd like to check out this customer's project, which is great. And if you have any other questions, let us know. And we'll go from there. My name's Jonathan Weiner, again at Maryland China Company, and thanks for watching.